Whoa, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to MLB Live. Well, no, it is MLB Lindy's, Leans, Likes, and Locks Live. That is exactly what we're doing here for today. I am Eric Lindquist. You can hit that like button, subscribe button, notification, but all of that goes a long way for me on this video and goes a long way for you because then you become apprised when great content is going live here at Odd Shopper, here on the YouTubes, here on X, breaking down everything for this slate. We're going to start beginning to end here because last night was a disaster. Power goes out and you got a baby, had to send them over to the in-laws, and that was a headache. So figuring out exactly what my day is going to look like. I mean, the power's back, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be here, but feeling pretty good about this slate, breaking it down, but I'm going to do it all live here. I haven't played anything yet, haven't bet a single thing, but have a pretty good idea of where I want to be going on this slate. We're going to go game by game. We've got ourselves tons of goodness here. We're going to be going straight through everything like I would be doing it night before. I've got my daily template. We're always refreshing this, always kind of putting it together here, tracking stuff. It is fantastic to be able to do this live for you guys for the first time ever. We've had the MLB research show. We've had so many other things, but maybe I'll do an MLB research show in a couple hours after the fact. But we got to get some bets down, and we got to kind of start beginning to end here on this slate. We'll plug them in, and then at the very end, obviously, I'll throw it all into the lovely template, which I've got here before you as well. And we'll get to the ins and outs of everything that we have bet. So if you at the very end, or like if you're just starting to watch this, at the very end of this, I'll go to the typical thingy here, and we'll do the entire breakdown beginning to end. So that'll be good times. Anyway, promo code second half. I think you guys know that that's still going on. 40% off a month of the Lindy and Friends Discord. You want to get all the plays immediately when they drop? Well, you'll be getting them immediately on this show as they drop, especially. So 40% off a month of the Lindy and Friends Discord. We also got Baby Lindy 50. Baby Lindy 50 gets you guys 50% off your first week or month of Odd Shopper Pro. In addition to all the tools that I'm going to be sharing on screen with you, 7-day free trial that comes with that. Free 99 is the best 99. I'd love for you guys to check it out because I think it's the best in the industry. The odd screen we're using repeatedly because it's about price and probability at the end of the day. And with that said, let's get ourselves into some plays, shall we? Oh yeah. All right, back to this. There we go. Whoo! How's everybody doing this morning? There's not some sort of pun about Cole's Cash Drake. I'm going to click down. That's fair. That's fair. We'll get into Cole's Cash. Cole Drake on the slate. What a time to be alive. Pull this underdog calculator over here too. All right. Got this all set up. Again, I'm always just constantly checking in on prices, going across the board here on everything. But Kendry Rojas, Parker Missick, our first breakdown of the day. Usually starting, I mean, if you guys have watched the research show, I think you have a pretty good idea. I've got my custom report that I've got on my personal screen here as well. Hopefully that's still there. Yeah, that's still there. So I'm still alive. Staying alive or something like that. I don't know. Glad I have notifications on. I never want to miss the go. Appreciate you. Yesterday, just to kind of recap a little bit too, just because, I mean, thank God we got Ramos to hit a home run because that kind of sparked a couple of things. Trevor McDonald goes under. I ended up adding Tawa and Locklear. I thought that they were pretty good plays at their prices with the power from AAA. And Tawa, well, he hit all his home runs against righties and continues to because lefties, even though he's right-handed, apparently we're just not going to get a ball out of the infield. That was enjoyable. Really enjoyable game to watch from him. Nathan Lukes goes over. Needed that for 1.5. Just a couple of these that needed to come to fruition. Went with the Beatty one. That canceled out. He went over 4. Nothing. Absolute blank there. Andres Chaparro. Ended up adding him after the fact last night. Just with Luis Garcia Jr. in that lineup, they're just not going to pinch hit for him as much. You have Tania who can come in out there. So felt like that was a pretty sharp ad overall and ended up cashing both of those in one swing in the first inning. So maybe his home run, Eric, but didn't really like that. Pickham was a flat blank. Riley was death. Riley was absolute death. Braxton Ashcraft was especially death. Nothing like getting CLV and getting completely punished for that. So while for the most part, felt like the plays were in alignment there, you need everything to fall into place, and obviously went a little bit more aggressive. 0.6 units there on Prize Picks yesterday for the old Pick 'em, folks. Blank. So, yeah, I got some redemption there. Austin Riley hit a ball 400 something feet and got nothing for it. That was a bummer. Ryan Weathers, not even remotely close. James Wood got walked in his first at bat, but this was the other thing that absolutely needed to come to fruition. Riley Green got his RBI, got his 2 RBIs, 1 swing of the bat. Also, very, very useful. Trevor McDonald, the only guy in the pitching department that came to fruition. Lehigh, hook. Didn't have a strikeout in his last 5 batters that he faced. Not ideal. Liam Hicks goes over immediately. We appreciate his service. Miami, they lose immediately. Yordan Alvarez is good at baseball. Heliot Ramos, home run. Thank you to the Lord above for such things. Los Angeles, I mean, what a ridiculous baseball game. Double dong from Betts, nothing to show for it. Cool. Miz, limited. Talked about that. Quarter unit going out the window there. Hook on Dylan Cease. And rounding it all out, Braxton Ashcraft was death upon arrival. So ended up being slightly down for me on the day. But Ramos, the RBIs from Green, I really don't have any regrets on anything. Maybe finding a way to short Christopher Sanchez outs relative to the Dodgers, because there were some concerns there. Worked himself into some huge counts, bases loaded multiple times. Didn't have his ideal stuff. And I broke down some of his stuff after that outing last night. We'll probably be covering that, Monday for his next start. So that'll be good times. Anywho, Joe Ryan and Bybee switched arms yesterday. It would appear so. That was absolutely dumb. J Metal K did carry my pick'em day. So again, ended up being more break even for me personally, because J Metal K tailed his stuff with the underdog stuff. Only like $15-20 a piece on those, but boy, oh boy, did I need that. But down on my stuff slightly. So, how about Guard 7 homers yesterday? What in God's green earth? Against Joe Ryan. So, when Rocchio went yard in the first inning, I was like, this might get bad. And it got somehow worse. Halpin, double dong, what are we doing? What are we actually doing with our lives? Let's get into some baseball, shall we? If you haven't watched Kendry Rojas pitch, he's an interesting mold of human being. Let's go to my Twins. Kind of piece through each one of these as we go. Changeup looks pretty good there. As far as his usage, doesn't use the changeup as much. More of a fastball heavy guy. So as you're evaluating him, I've got my split leaderboards. I probably never shared this before. I'm utilizing this every day. How about Esmeralda Valdez? I can't remember that I've ever shared this on screen. So we'll add this and let's get another screen going for add more funds, because, we're going to want to go game by game, because, that's how LINDY'S, LEANS, Likes, and Locks works. So we can do that. Kendry Rojas, we don't have a ton of sample size on him so far. That's pretty nifty. Obviously, you're going to get lefties in DeLauder, Kwan. They don't strike out a lot themselves, but it does help seeing absolutely no power attached to that whatsoever. Against righties, pretty decent there as well, but very, very fastball heavy. So like to pay attention to what that fastball is doing specifically. It's weird it doesn't have any good pitching run value. Now, he doesn't have a huge sample size, so that's part of the deal. 342 pitches, but these are ridiculous results. 241 expected slugging on the fastball specifically. Decent enough whiff percentage on that too, being a primary fastball. And he doesn't really do it in any other way than pure velocity with, there's not a ton of movement on it. So just looking at the vertical drop specifically on the sinker, four-seamer, there's not a lot of crazy stuff going on with this pitch. Very limited vertical drop. Active spin, pretty good. So, spinning it pretty good with the fastball at least. I can't imagine that Zips and Steamer are that high on him going forward. This is probably going to be a little bit dicey. So, yeah, the left on base percentage, 85%. Pretty big number. Regression due for that. This is what's really ridiculous with him, though. No home runs allowed, like absolutely none. Zips and Steamer definitely see regression on the doorstep for that. Do you have any thoughts on Cole Drake of Arizona? We will definitely get there, my friend. Right now, 4.98 xFIP. I mean, this has regression just kind of written all over it. There's not a lot of hope for, I mean, a guy who's had amazing results so far, but it's 19 in the third innings. At AAA, I mean, did a pretty good job with power in general. 4.31 xFIP. That would be better. Only 23 years of age. I mean, a lot of room to still grow, but walk's a little concerning. Kyle Manzardo not in the lineup yesterday. They have been DHing him and burying him in quite a few of these spots for what it's worth. All righties that they've faced recently, but you go to like the platoon splits. Let's look at the roster grid too. Austin Hedges, I would expect to catch today. Turn the music down a little bit too. A little loud in my eardrums for early in the morning. Early in the morning. So I got this all here. Need to take a screenshot of this. Obviously, 40% usage on the fastball, both sides of it. There are a little bit less fastball usage to lefties from my recollection. Yeah, more of a slider-heavy approach there. Both around 40% usage, though. And, yeah, fastball getting tuned up to lefties. Kind of interesting. Changeup getting tuned up to righties. Kind of wild to have changeup be the best of his graded pitches. And to still just get bludgeoned for it, bro. Again, the stuff on the changeup tends to be a little bit above average. Versus comparable, guess not a lot of arm side movement. Again, expected home runs by ballpark, only one. I mean, the guy has been very, very good in the power department. Here in Cleveland, obviously, would just be the one. And let's take a look at some of his other stuff. Don't need any of this for the old overlay. Let's refresh this, make sure that this is updated. Pretty good hitting weather here. I mean, really, really good for lefty power. This ballpark typically more of a lefty power situation than anything. We'll get to the Dodgers next. That's the next game on our boarding walk. Like using the 1 year just because there's, I mean, you get stuff like the fences moved in at Kauffman. We're really just trying to evaluate a baseline for who I need to be bumping as far as batted balls. So we've got guys who launch it. Not typically a righty power spot. I mean, Mysic's been good, man. He's been legitimately good. There's not a single thing you can really poke. Other than, I mean, and his fastball is much better in terms of spin. It's not going to grade out in terms of velocity. Decent enough in the spin zone. I mean, this is not typically what you would be seeing for a guy with a 24% K rate. This is kind of a Maish, who we actually have on this slate, which is kind of going to be a fun breakdown as well. But, I mean, these results have been way over the head of what the stuff is. .211 BABIP. I mean, that's just absolutely redonkulous. But a 4.39 Sierra. Skill-independent ERA. I'm not going to say it's a big part of what I do, but it truly does encapsulate like what a pitcher is in charge of when you're talking the skill-independent stuff. Strikeouts, walks, not giving up home runs. We care about those. Or in the event that we're targeting somebody, we also care about those, but in the inverse way. 2.84 ERA. It just really comes down to, you know, even though the stuff here, the fastball, said it's just up in terms of spin, sitting north of 2,100, 27.8% put away percentage. I mean, 165 expected batting average. I mean, this has been a legitimately good pitch despite no velocity. So it's hard to like one for one just throw fastball in for a specific batter on the Twin side. Feel like you're remotely confident about any evaluation there. I mean, these are ridiculous numbers on this pitch for a guy who, once again, throws at 93, 94 tops. I'm actually using Google Sheets, so there's that. They're the easiest things to transpose into overlays, so that I've found. Just it works in congruence with Claude and ChatGPT very easily. So, I mean, there's not on the Twin side a ton that I want to be dealing with. Can't imagine this is going to be something that ends up on the Twin side for me. I mean, both these pitchers, some negative regression do. My thing is like, when is Missick going to give up power? Amazing at holding runners. Only 2 stolen base attempts. So 2-0 there, but it's just the fact that he doesn't allow for them to run very much. 0.4% stolen base attempt percentage. 2 pickoffs as well. I mean, he's holding runners. He's left-handed. That obviously helps. There are guys that are left-handed, or Aroldis Chapman, you can still run on. But typically, because they're looking at first base, it's easier to hold a runner. Hopefully, you guys understand that part of it. I bet you do. Both of these guys being left-handed doesn't really help us in that department. Not going to be much to mine out there. I mean, he's doing an amazing job in the power department in like an annoying way. Doesn't hurt that righty power plays down in Cleveland. That's why you're seeing every other ballpark above 8. Cleveland's just a cavern of broken dreams and sadness to the right side. Progressive, way down yonder where nobody goes. Plays up in terms of hit, but not a ton of power that's showing up in that department. Fascinating. I mean, it is really good hitting weather. Again, for it to be playing up home runs, doubles, runs in general. %71 humidity. It's got to be the high point outside of Toronto, which doesn't, I mean, if it's going to be raining, they're definitely going to have the roof closed. Yankee Stadium don't really have an option. I mean, there is some dicey weather in these spots. Wonder what Kevin Roth has here as well. Because again, now it's morning of, we can actually have some updated stuff. I don't hate that. Doesn't break my heart. Oh God. That looks quite dicey. Phillies, Guardians scattered showers, Yankee Stadium, Red Sox. I mean, all these games are just in a world of hurt. Bring your raincoat up in the Northeast today. My God. Let me see what the evaluation is here on this. Oh, Peter Griff, I'm just waking up, my guy. I'm just waking up. Zoom in a little bit here. My eyes are just dragging. It's a little bit wide for my liking. I don't think we can really, I mean, that plus 130 is technically like right on the brink. That's just a little too thin. Money lines day of, man. Tell you what. Whew. I'll talk about something tough to beat long term. That'll do it. Yeah, 7:30 a.m. right now. That's what we're doing. Breaking down baseball. I think there's enough respect here for Parker Missick and how he does it a little bit differently. Again, no velocity, but doing it all by way of a fastball, limiting power with it. I can't imagine that's going to be our long-term overview of Parker Missick. Went to AAA, mowed him down last year. Big league club, a little bit of regression there, but I mean, just a good pitcher. Regression baked in, but again, not a ton in terms of power whatsoever. 9.3% home run to fly ball. And that's kind of been consistent throughout most of his minor league career. Get his strikeouts here too. Run something in the background for that. Good Lord. What's our pitch count expectation here? Grab that. The bat, a little bit lower. Basically 2 innings of work for him. And then let's just open up the Twins bullpen, because this is going to be... Any chance they start limiting Burns tonight like Miz? We'll get into Burns. Burns is a tough evaluation today. Like a really, really tough evaluation. A lot tougher than breaking this down, which I think there's bats to take shots on purely because of the weather. But that's all it would be, is shots. It'd be looking at a long ball or two. Parker Missick, not the ideal candidate to potentially be targeting for power at the moment, but playing way above average at Progressive today relative to other days. 70+% humidity. So we won't see Tommy Nance. 36 pitches for him. Fun debunk. God, our bullpen is just so bad. We are so bad. Woo, suck, go. Woo, suck, go. What are we doing? What are we doing? So Andrew Morris. We're basically in alignment after Joe Ryan got his face blown off. Taylor Rogers, Travis Adams. I mean, we're basically going to go to our best bullpen arms. Paredes could eat up some of that, but for the most part, 2 innings. Funderburk and Woosuck Go probably don't pitch. Gonna have to be Mike Paredes for a chunk of it. Probably your main guy that eats up most of that. So let's take a look at this. It's not inspiring greatness. Those are 2 different things. Those are 2 different things. I wonder what we have here as well. All right. I don't know. This is, I think awkward silence needs to be sent to the shadow realm. Have a great day. You're annoying. Not a lot of edge on Manzardo either. It's kind of a tough game in general. I mean, there's just no edge to really be found on anything across the board. Have an origination and market-based blend here. I mean, we are talking bats or pass. We are either finding something here in that regard. There's about a 0% chance that Byron Buxton is going to be that name. It's kind of interesting for Pick'em, not going to lie. A lot of yapping to break even. Well, you know, I think you can probably go fuck yourself, is what I think. Sorry, I don't button mash garbage like you. My bad. You could S my D while you're at it. Just take my hog and shove it wherever you'd like, you weirdo. All right. I mean, Brooks Lee's an okay play considering we're getting up to plus 133 here. I don't think Brooks Lee is particularly good in this department. Ryan Jeffers, I do expect this lineup to be more indicative of what we're going to deal with going forward. I mean, Jeffers has been outstanding this year when healthy, which has been rare. Probably why he's only getting plus 105, where everybody else is down in the doldrums. And him and Buxton have been spectacular. They also hurt their little boo-boos all the time. Don't act like you're not impressed, Carter Jensen's mom. Just joined. Any plays yet? No, nothing yet. We're in the first game. Some of these views need, to take a Xanax. I think the most interesting thing, if you made me fire anything, plus 130 on the Minnesota Twins side, that's getting to a place where you get a full bullpen. Our bullpen is terrible. Obviously, there's some uncertainty, but still sub 3% hold. Can't imagine that there's anything I want to do besides bats in this game. I'm going to put Brooks Lee up in the corner too. God, I can't even entertain that. Cannot do it. Brutality. Let's go to our next game. Now, weather looks horrendous in the Northeast. Philly, Boston, New York. Can't emphasize that enough. 81% chance of precipitation seems bad. A delay likely postponement risk. This always sets off alarm bells. Wheeler, Robleski, two guys you expect to pitch pretty deep into this game. Well, weather is a thing. That is entertaining. So one thing that I really like doing in these situations when the time arises. Parlay the unders of the pitchers on outs, in-game delay. If it looks that bad, come 4 hours from now, 5 hours from now, correlating those two to have an in-game delay if they decide to start it on time, always fun. Always fun. But boy, does it look bad in Phillyport today. Severe weather seems bad. Yeah, we're looking at flood watches. So, I mean, that is a pretty big window of time for some rain. Does either team play? I want to see if either team plays here on Thursday. Well, they'd be more than happy to play a doubleheader tomorrow. If it's going to be that bad, the chances of this game playing are virtually nil. It doesn't even matter. The flood watch is done at 2. So my assumption is it's pretty nice for tomorrow. Looks much better. Yeah, we're the Dodgers probably don't want another doubleheader after a doubleheader on Sunday, but I can't imagine that if it's going to be this bad, that they're going to want to play that baseball game. What is that? Being weird. Let's take this off. I think we know that it's absolute shite in New York, too. Like, New York, like, these 3 games might be almost entirely write-offs. I think Fenway has the most likely chance of potentially playing. No, but it gets worse into the evening window. So precipitation starting off early, it just gets bad the rest of the way. Yeah, that'd be it purely because of weather. Robleski's plus 102. I mean, there's not anything to really mine out of that game other than paying attention to the weather, and you potentially get a game that they think there's a window of time. And with that amount of coverage, you have a chance of that working out for you, but it's going to be a little bit. It's going to be a little bit thin. I don't even think we can talk about this game. It looks so bad. So let's go to Tampa Bay, Toronto. Rasmussen, who, oh my God, we have some work to do. Oh my God, do we have work to do on this? Oh. So Rasmussen, last season, 150 innings pitched. They really limited his workload because they're like, oh, well, he's really good and we have a lost season and here's what we got to do. But let's take a look at what have you done for me lately? Because this is where I'm really curious to see where things have gone. Gets completely clobbered with that. I mean, how unlucky did you have to get? 50% home run, 545 BABIP, 61 pitches in that outing, just completely shelled. Went 2 1/3. I mean, is that as unlucky as you can get? Didn't even let it get ripped off of him. I guess didn't even have a barrel, but gave up crazy home runs. And again, 6.48 expected ERA. I'm not going to say the stuff is the say-all, end-all. But I don't have any concerns over the stuff. In baseball, really good pitchers can pitch really well, and a batter can just guess right, can run into the barrel. Overall, this has been one of the best pitchers in baseball the last 2 years. I mean, when he was healthy last year, and they made sure of it by limiting him, 3.48 expected ERA. Cutter four-seamer just repeatedly. Oh boy. I'm nervous about what I am about to run. Like extremely noteworthy. They'll have to bat with the boat horse in some of these games. That's so good. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Let me do this. Son of a bitch. Actually, that's cut off. That does not help me. Oh, I think it'll recognize it. Just minimize it one more step further. There we go. We have to play it at plus money. All right. Let's get this thing partying. Let's get this thing started. All right. I don't know what to tell you. Curveball, that wasn't as good, but it's by far his worst pitch as is. Barely throws it. Not even really a part of the arsenal. I mean, this just had to be one of the unluckiest outings of the year. .71 xFIP and got completely bludgeoned. All right, let's sim this out. Where's Musin? Hello. So we're talking about an insanely good pitcher who I have absolutely no questions about the stuff. I mean, he just looks like he got unbelievably unlucky to me. Same start. 8.2% swinging strike rate is not fun. How can this stuff be that good and you're getting... I mean, was he tipping pitches? Spin is outrageous. Again, the curveball, he throws less than 10% of the time. So I really don't even care about the curveball. Care about the fastball a lot. Care about the sinker a lot. Don't throw the curveball. Don't do that. And cutter. Again, the cutter won the world. I'm going to bet both. User KQ8WN. I'm going to bet both. DK. Oh, here you go. Here you go. So I've got plus 105 both sides of that. That makes my life a lot easier. And then, so I need to go Fanatics. I need to go, look in here. I guess I can go just for both of them here. Also plus 105 BetMGM, plus 104 FanDuel. Everybody can join on a voyage here. Got him north of 4.9, which, again, is going to put him into positive EV territory of plus money. Again, is it a massive amount of edge? No, but I like getting both of these markets in this one, in this instance. 25. Not going to be in the pick'em variety. It's from a projection base. Again, it's like a pretty decent edge still for both. But obviously they're correlated. Obviously they're correlated. sure that I bet this correctly. Good. 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 Good, 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 good. When I had more than I just have enough in my BetMGM account to last me forever, I would hope, but you know, famous last words. Oh, what is popping on Underdog here? Lofton? No, thank you. Graham Polly? Me so Horner? No, thank you. For anybody who wants such things, I bet you do. I bet you do. All right, got a little exposure early. Baltimore, Boston. Dash, dash, dash. I mean, I'm going to keep this here purely because those are huge, huge outprops. Be a fun 6-player parlay. Just take all the unders of every pitching outs. Not even available anymore. Wheeler still is. Don't even have them available. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? Good Lord Almighty. All right. Weather, not a lot to talk about in that department. San Diego, Atlanta. Let's get Hotlanta set up. Let's get Hotlanta set up. Oh my God. Maybe my least. This is going to be very frustrating with Walker Buehler there. Walker Buehler's been legitimately good against lefties, legitimately bad against righties. I mean, the Austin Riley experience was not enjoyable yesterday. Really was not. I vouched for you. You were the chosen one. Actually, no, I kind of knew the way that was going to go because it's Austin Riley. But against lefties there, does he get sent back to the 7-hole, considering it's an 86 WRC plus against him this season? It's actually been worse against lefties, which is hilarious. But the point here is that this is your classic example of a team that all the good stuff comes from the left side, but a pitcher limits that left side. So there's specific pitches like a changeup. Usually it's a changeup, even though that's probably the worst in the arsenal. Cutter action. Oh my, Matt Olson. Oh my, dude. I mean, sitting at the top versus lefties. How absurd is that he's just sitting there hanging out? We want to go at least 30 plate attempts. Hesberlin Valdez just breaking everything every day. I mean, just breaks everything every damn day. What a time to be alive. But notice everybody on your screen is right-handed until you get to Schwarber, Colson Montgomery, who, again, no issues versus lefties. Yordan Alvarez, Shohei Ohtani, Max Muncy, Ben Rice, Dominic Canzone, Wilyer Abreu, James Wood. Not a ton of lefty issues. Again, the fact that they were pinch hitting Dominic Canzone for frickin' Rob Refsnyder for months is egregious. Him and Luke Raley. But unlike Luke Raley, Dominic Canzone can tee off against a lefty. We know such things. Left on left against Peyton Toll in Seattle. That was fun. Where my brain goes. But the point of the matter is Matt Olson against lefties has been straight up redonkulous. But versus righties, obviously, which is what we're worried about today, well, we have even more ridiculouser numbers. This is your classic push-pull situation. For how much do we care about Walker Buehler splits? Well, there's ways we can figure that out. We're going to go to the Padres here. Walker Buehler confirmed. Bludgeoned last time out. 2 innings, 4 earned. I don't think he pitched all that far. 65 pitches. Now, is that a limitation, or is that just a you suck and we can deploy whatever else we want in this situation? I don't think I have any pinch count concerns for him at all. I have, he gets blown up, concerns for Walker Buehler all the time. I mean, that is just a damning number. Walker Buehler does stink. I do know that. I also know he might be slow, a little slow, that Walker Buehler of ours. That is bad. Has that kind of been the case for him all season? Yeah. Yeah, Walker Buehler is bad. 94 velo. Let's look at that last start. Sitting right around the same. So no concerns in that department. Just concerns over being generally awful. And then the splits. It's a little tilting. It's a lot tilting. God, he's pitched a lot to lefties. This righty thing is a little annoying, purely because, I mean, Austin Riley just got upgraded to cleanup. They have so many of those lefties up there that I can't imagine they just roll him back out anywhere close to that, unless they're just, we're trying to instill confidence in our guy. To the 5-hole here. I mean, you do want to probably have a righty somewhere in this range. I mean, he could switch with Harrison. It wouldn't be that surprising, but it's pretty neutral. Humidity is obviously the thing we're generally highlighting here, but wind in ever so slightly, not crazy damning there. 9 total for a reason. I don't want to, guys. I really don't want to. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. Oh, mother effers. Oh, man, is that tilting. He's been so bad this year. Versus righties, that's still better than he's been against lefties. I mean, can't do it against JP Series. You probably can't do it. He did hit a piss missile, but I mean, he is the premier. Decent pull percentage. Obviously, going to center field, never ideal. More real estate. Giving up more pulls there. I think we got to stay away from that. Let's get into the other guy on the other side who got upgraded to cleanup. Let's go last 30 for Ty France. Or let's just not, let's just do the whole season because you're being a dipshit. It's pretty ridiculous. Fastball slider guy. Wait for it. Wait for it. Fastball slider. Both sides. That's all I think about with Reynaldo Lopez. Your thoughts on betting Woods, Michael Harris, and Trout home run bet? I don't like Michael Harris. Two and a half HRR. Oh, no, thank you. Yeah, I'd need better than 475 for Harris. Not by much, but I'd need better on Harris. Man, two guys. I mean, we're looking at a very bullpen heavy 6 through 9. Like, Ronaldo, a pretty big favorite to at least get through. To get through 5. The other thing about Reynaldo Lopez, you're starting to get some free passes to some human beings. Sneaky Tavares spot. I don't even know if that game plays. Leedy Tavares? Is that who we're talking about? I really do not think that Boston game looks very good. Would you take Olsen Homer at 450? I'd think about Olsen Homer a lot more than I'd think about Harris at 475. Again, his numbers against righties are so ridiculous. Again, it's a classic push-pull situation. Yeah, 450 for Olsen is so unbelievably close to me. That is close. Guarantee you Michael Harris is not in play. Guarantee you. So four-seamer, slider. Basically, two-pitch pony in just about any regard. This is probably going to get interesting. We have a pulse for the likes of Jackson Merrill. We have a pulse for the likes of Gavin Sheets. We have a pulse. Ty France has been especially pulsy. Buxton 320 on Bet365. Yeah, probably. But also Parker Missick, we just got done doing that where like a 0.75 home run per 9 guy at this point in time. I can make cases to not make that bet, but mainly being Progressive Field is a cavern of broken dreams and sadness. That weather is indisputably good in Cleveland today. Relative to relative to the rest of the slate outside of a couple of spots. Infield fly ball percentage. So pretty good in that regard. Ground ball percentage, not exactly crazy by any means. I mean, that's just bad. Just bad and bad. Pretty damn good against righties overall. Lefties, not shocking, a right-handed pitcher struggling with lefty power, especially in the slider variety. Any slider specialist living in our lives, living in our midst. Take a look at some slider heavy humans. Tatis, Machado, Bogarts. Oh boy. Tatis just absolutely wrecking sliders. And fastballs, I'm assuming we're sitting in a pretty good spot with Tatis too. I mean, just absolutely nothing to show for anything this year. Need to loft the baseball. We can do it against fastballs. Oh my God. Am I actually going to do this? I'm just not sold Ty France is going to be cleanup again. Oh, he's so hot right now. Hansel. "100% agree, Morgan. 100% agree." Yeah, I just don't think we can deal with any of those games. Again, I'm just writing off right now, for now, Yankees, Boston, and probably writing off Dodgers, Philly. But there's a chance that with hefty numbers like this just gives you a long window of time to potentially run into an in-game delay if they started on time, which would actually be shocking to me. But that's the whole impetus of that. Over the course of this season, I mean, he's been good against righties too. I mean, that's no issue whatsoever with Ty France, but I'm just not sold he automatically goes back to cleanup against a righty this time around. Go to the depth chart for it. Mason Miller Morejon just chilling, getting ready to rock. Ty France. All right. I guess just keep rolling him out and clean up. Oh, he's so hot right now. Once again, managers care about shit like that. So, oh, he's got great plate discipline right now. Really seeing the ball well. Gonna go Ty France lean. I can't imagine that I end up clicking it at 575. Can't. We're getting closer there. We're getting closer there. We're getting close. It's not going to make it. It's not. Oh, that's pitching outs. You absolute heathen. Plus 135 is so damn close, guys. It's close. It's not gonna go there for me. Mets, Milwaukee. Sprout goat. Oh, the sprout goat. Hello, sprout goat. Oh, so you're David Peterson taking a couple of minutes. I think
Could you try again?
I mean, can we stop watching this guy get obliterated every time for a ground ball pitcher who just apparently can't get ground balls? If anything gets hit in the air, it's gone. But now we got wind in massively at Wrigley. Yeah, we're gonna have some dumb stuff. I'm guessing that game becomes chalky pitcher wise. Come, like, I didn't pull this up yet. Normally do this after, but my whole schedule is just in flux with power outage last night. Just sitting at home in the Discord. Life's good. Life's joyous. Boom. Tough actin' Tinactin. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna click that button. 5,500. I mean, it can't get much more terrifying than that. It really can't. And Framber Valdez, I expect that number to come up throughout the day, especially if we lose Boston, Baltimore. If we lose Will Warren, my guess is that Framber Valdez becomes very, very popular. But we're a long ways out. What? I've got that show in 7 hours? 4, 3, 6.5 hours? Yeah. Got a long time until then. There's going to be a lot of weather that's going to be kind of in flux there. Let's get some actual bets, for the love of God. I didn't know what I was going to wake up to. I hope you understand I'm not just sitting here just forcing slop. We're going to keep moving along in an orderly fashion. No yelling on the bus. Oh my God, how do you not like Sprout today? How can you not love Sprout? He's even fun to attack against. I mean, everything about Sprout is fun. North of a 23% K rate, both sides, 26% over here. And I'd say we've been pretty successful backing him in the right spots. One thing about the Mets versus righties, we're sitting around league average 22%, 14th. But remember how we have seen some different lineups here. So we're going to go last 14 days purely because there was an all-star break and want to kind of encapsulate more of it. Slowly sliding down with a lot more walks in our lives. Now, depending on who you face for a series, this is why larger sample sizes generally outwin smaller sample sizes. But the Metsies are sitting around 22%. I think it's very easy to see why a dip, percent here, percent there, why that's occurring. And it's who you're getting back in your lives. There's been a lot of Mets injuries. I'd say there's been a lot of Mets tears looking at Twitter on a day in, day out basis. Kind of feel bad for them. Just 400 minutes from now. Yeah, I'm going to probably do an MLB research show this afternoon too, because I what else am I going to do? All I want to do is bet baseball with my friends. And now my daughter and wife, they had to drive to the in-laws. So I can figure out power. Make sure life is fine, but there's a power line down, so I don't want them here. I got to be here for whenever that happens. All right. Luis Robert came back versus righty, was batting 7th. So as we're constructing and putting this lineup together, kind of par for the course. AJ Ewing leading off, Carson Bench here. They've been good enough that there was just no way you wanted to rip them out completely, even with him back there. And let's get this. And I want to go Milwaukee Brewers, the alphabet. It works that way, Eric. Good to know. But here's my thing about Sprout Goat. Sprout Goat is a fantastic both sides of it pitcher. In DFS, that's more self-explanatory, mainly being like, there's a path of him putting up 7-8 strikeouts. There is a path for him giving up 8 earned runs. Like, that is basically 2 different lanes for the Sprout Goat. And it all comes down to this. When you are grading out specific pitchers and like we're looking at what is the usage, he's throwing the most of his shittiest pitch. That he throws the most of a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad pitch. Okay. Now, as you get some of these newer pitchers, I do like to look somewhat short term to see if there are any improvements being made, see if things are starting to, because ideally you'd hope pitchers improve, especially young pitchers, guys that, the Sprout Goat variety. You'd want to see some kind of improvement throughout a major league season. Face more hitters. Now, there's a little bit of regression in terms of this, but the strikeout stuff has just constantly been there. Not elite, but that's above league average. League average sitting around 22%. Sinker, cutter, four-seamer. Just such wild things. But basically everything except for that sinker, which is not, made to get a ton of swing and miss. It's made to induce ground balls, which is the only pitch he can really do that with. I have a money line that I'm looking at coming up later. We'll get there. I will hook you up. And if you want, you can wait till the end of the video. I'm going to do a little bit of a recap of everything as we're working through it. We are doing the damn thing here today. I've got this show for another half hour, and then I will be on for the MLB research show, and I'll kick it off, the MLB research show at, our standard 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific time. I'll kick it off with everything that we fired up here again. Literally just pull it up, the graphic, and go. So you can get a recap of everything. I can talk about it a little bit more intelligently, but, is anything I ever talk about intelligent? I don't know. Ask my wife. She has days that she thinks I'm a genius. She has other days where I'm done talking. I love my wife. God, so wild. Breaking run value. Abysmal, but that is all of his good stuff. This is where the good stuff actually shows up. And more lefties generally, a good thing for Sproco. Gets to incorporate the changeup. He has only 10 pitches to righties with it. That changeup, 15% swinging strike rate, 359 xWOBA, not ideal, but Luis Robert, Young, Benj, Lindor. We're going to see this coming down. Outside of AJ Ewing leading off, there are not a ton of strikeouts available to us, but it's all price and probability, my friends. I'm assuming that roof's open today. Boy, is that a launching pad. Oh my God. American Family Insurance. Yo. Oh my God. This might be a bet Sproco and Mets home runs to the moon. Knocks to the moon. ESPN just firing everybody today. Time to be alive. Oh my God. I have so much Mets interest and so much Sproco interest. Classic bull sider. Classic. Now, righties tend to get off a little bit more, phrasing, Eric, but I'm not completely immune to the left side here. Give you a Duke's Nukes. I can tell you one that I was looking at earlier today. Let's see if it's still as ridiculous on Underdog for you. On a Duke's Nukes. Nope, it got nuked. So that's a bummer for everybody. Oh, this guy too. Of course, Bet365 opens it and just completely knocks it out of the water. I mean, 755 is still a gigantic number on Bo Bichette there. 9.5% edge going to Bo Bichette. He's just been dog doo-doo. Relative to expectations, absolute dog doo-doo. I was hoping he was sleeping behind you so you could move the camera over for a second. No, he's in the house. I had to leave him in there. What about Chandler Simpson, Lakota? Gary Sanchez home run. You're looking at that as well. The Metsies leading off with Zach Thornton. The Thornton in our side. Haven't seen him in a while. Formerly of the Toronto Blue Jays. Was he not? Nope, not formerly. Different Zach Thornton, different spelling. Wild. Let's take a look at him too. Boy, do I like things on the Mets side. But we have to do our due diligence and look at the Brewers side. That's not a great start. That can't inspire confidence. Morgan, I've been there too many times. I've only done like 8 of them now. I did like 8 of the 3 mil on DK, but I'm gonna keep rolling those out. Did a couple of the drafts on stream I was just like, I gotta set up my stuff, so we might as well just talk about it. But thoughts on the Braves today? I don't want to click on Austin Riley. Matt Olson, somebody brought up plus 450. That's close. It's a pretty efficiently priced game. Pretty efficiently priced. Ty France looked at quite a bit. Looked at some of the righties against Reynaldo Lopez. The lefties have been much better, but some of the prices are just a little bit longer on those righties. And again, looks pretty efficient across the board. Bo Bichette in this one. God, I want to click that so bad. Probably should. So we're just throwing 92 mile per hour nothingness out there for the people. That's cool. Anything showing up here like crazy? I was looking at my guy Bowers. Not shocking. Oh my God. So don't throw 90 to 93 mile per hour fastballs to Jackson Chourio. Seems like a good idea. Dude. So what else is Thornton bringing that I need to evaluate here? We got a cutter and a fastball. Take a look at the cutter. Not as good, but doesn't suck. 270 expected ISO versus lefties, lefty cutters. 32.6% launch. Phenomenal hitting weather. Lefty on the mound. And here's where the rubber meets the road. It sucks. Right? I think that's the right expression. I don't know. 440 circa, 448 penny, 425 bet 365. I want to do it. I can't do that. I refuse. You just run into way more problems than you don't by not being price sensitive enough when it comes to some of that. Because like what we just got set up for a baseline for Jackson Chourio looks absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to run this now. Man, is that mega tilting. But yeah, can't do this either. I want to so bad. Garrett Mitchell against righty cutters seems pretty good. Let's look at least against this fastball. Yeah. I mean, Frelick's on the IL. They probably end up rolling him out defensively. He's been in the lineup against lefties quite a bit. They've only faced righties recently. Seems like a time to give Yelich a day off. Terang you play every day. Garrett Mitchell could be another day off spot. Yeah, they probably go Luis Lara, Blake Perkins. I mean, this is going to be a weak lineup, potentially on the Milwaukee side. Yeah, literally said Luis Lara, Perkins. This is exactly how I'd roll it out. I think it's an obvious Yelich day off. Favorite K prop, Drew Rasmussen at the moment. 4.5 strikeouts plus 105, but I played that and I played his outs. I might have a lot of this baseball game. Garrett Mitchell probably won't be a part of it. And again, I like that Fangraphs is kind of in agreement with me where it seems like a day to give Garrett Mitchell a day off too. Especially looking at some of these splits. Man, Sprout Goat. I think I got to bet his Ks, and I think I also got to bet something on the Mets batting side, which I hate the negative correlation, especially, where I'm currently at in my life. Yeah. Step it up a little bit, but $14.5 there. Yeah, we're going to play that for Pick'em like right now. Brandon Sprout. Boats and hose. Her hitter fantasy score. Where are my hitter fantasy folks at? You said Gaussman you don't like. Oh, Gaussman under. Yeah, we're going to play Gaussman for this Prize Picks card. What a great shout out. Those are just destroying Penny for what it's worth. God, that weather looks so bad. Yeah, Boston almost certainly getting rained out. I agree with that. You're surprised I'm not on Aranda today against Gaussman? Looks fine. I could maybe get down. What is his 1.5 HRR right now? Well, that would be preferable over there. But I'd prefer Gaussman under 5.5 Ks. Riley Green 4.5, Bazana 4.5. Bazana probably can get behind. You tend to just have him leading off anyway. Can't imagine we're going crazy with him. And I got to do a conversion quick too. Yeah, that looks good. There's no way that is going to get to a place where we don't like that. God, you guys are beautiful. No matter what they say, words can't bring you down. Don't love this. Minus 105 existing in the world. 1650 for a Nico Horner home run. You are really trying to thread the needle, my friend. Hunter Fadouche. Yeah. I think I'm strong enough. No. Do you believe in love after love? Yeah, I'm okay with that too if you want to go that direction. All right. Brandon Sprout, in this regard, let's click a home run. We're overdue. We're overdue. Yeah. Sproko will not probably be a straight bet for me. Will be Pick'em, but Bo Bichette is a home run play. There's just no planet. And I think he is very viable for underdog even, but like this is just edge you can't give up. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Circuit just holding close. Hold me closer, time to dance. So Benj way too wide too. God. Then of course you just have this guy eternally 320. I mean, these Mets numbers on Bet365 are actually the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Lindy Wheeler got bumped to 18.5. Well, are they feeling better about weather? And also, depending on what book you're looking at, there's 17.5s and 18.5 sitting out there. So when people say, oh, it got bumped to this, yeah, maybe the site you're looking at. But usually, you're still going to be able to have the availability of a 17.5. Now we can move it to 18.5 and see that, yes, the score is sitting there. DK is sitting there. Different prices, minus 150 on the under there. What I did was a little bit more on the aggressive side of those unders, but parlaying them together and hoping that the weather breaks your direction. Like that's really the path. This is the way. Kansas City. Oh, I'm gonna have to leave early on this. This is just lovely. I didn't know how long this was going to take. I'm going to be picking up the MLB research show here in the afternoon, so don't worry. I'll be back with you. I will still be at my desk. I will still be grinding baseball like I will be all the live long day. I do want to finish out this prize picks card. I don't mind Bazana, but I think we can do better. I think we can do a tiny bit better. Got to be a fantasy score that we can attach one to that is just so unbelievably stand out. Is Colson Montgomery even going to play today? Didn't he leave that game early yesterday? Like, are we even positive what happened to Colson Montgomery? Does anybody know? Oh boy. Male. Good riddance, society. Good riddance. Ollie Lewinder. This should be fun. I will say this. Lewinder Avila kind of annoying. Kind of an annoying individual to have on the mound. I'll find you another home run play. It'll be okay then. Somebody brought up Tavares. Now I know why. Now I know why. Joshua Grauer got hit in the nuts. That's fun. Hold up. Hold up. What would you do? Get up off my feet and stop making tired excuses. These are the beautiful things we can do because it's live and I can do what I want to do. What would you do if your son was at home? Alvarez just a nuke down here as well. I think that's going to be the preferred underdog spot. Oh my God. I'm just going to go the quarter on it. What is my break even on Jeffers? God, I want to do it so bad. I'm going to ponder it. Exploded testicles are dope. What a choice. What a choice. And we'll finish out with the Detroit-Chicago game, and then I'll get the heck out of here for a little bit. We've done enough on this. We will be revisiting multiple things there. But yeah, Molly and Avila just rounding this one out. Jack Caglione is my boy. I claimed him first. Started betting him first. Don't you dare. But how about my boy Heliot Ramos? Thank God for him yesterday. And, you know, barrel percentage is not the say-all, end-all, but righty splits, reverse splitsy, Michael Wacha, very nice of him to at least give that up. I mean, this is that was just a bad price yesterday, and it didn't move really relative to the Devers one, which got completely nuked. And again, Devers, you know what you're inheriting there, probably pain and sadness, which is what it was. But he launches, and hitting it much harder. Got a $150 of closing line value, and well, all for naught, obviously. But this is definitely more of the KC side for me. I can't imagine Luinder Avila. I'm going to be able to identify some of these spots where he's going to be more targetable for me. Obviously, pitching at home for him, probably not a great thing in this kind of weather. KC. Wind slightly in, but wind pretty unaffected to the ballpark. You're still looking at a 9.5 total. Humid-ish. Not as much as I'd want, but barometric pressure did go up in KC for today. As you can see, kind of been typing that one in pretty recently. But it's starting to get above that 30 number. It's skewing back up. Yesterday was appealing to me for those home runs because we had very low barometric pressure, and now it'll be rising throughout. Lower barometric, good. Higher barometric, bad for batters. So just the air molecules, it's a whole thing. I'm not going to pretend that I know all of the ins and outs of it, but I've been paying attention to it long enough to recognize when something is good and when something is bad. And obviously, there's lower humidity than you'd want to see in this specific spot. The wind in isn't exactly helpful, but I still think against Molly, there are some things to mine out. Avila, he's not good. He's definitely not good. I'm not going to go defend his honor anytime soon. But sub 1 home runs per 9, I mean, he can't really set. I mean, he's more unlikely to give up a home run than Molly is. That is for damn sure. Or less likely to give up a home run. I hope I said that correctly. I think I did. But on the Giants side, this is more my speed. We get some massive pull lefties who hit no doubters, specifically Jensen and Caglione. How many times can we bet them in a year? Answer: a lot. 375? Yeah. 400? Yeah. Less appealing. 525 is close. But like the price and probability part of it is we want to think about what's the path to getting balls in play first off. Like Tyler Mahle strikes out lefties at a higher clip. A little bit annoying. That's going to make Carter Jensen a little bit harder for me to attain. Said he's going to hit a lot of homers this summer. So far, that's confirmed quite a few homers. Bobby Witt dinged up again. But my boy, he is so grown up. Vinny is about to start smashing. Don't even say his name. This guy just hates me. Just hates me. He loved me so much last year. Hates me. Did we get Bobby Witt in that lineup today? Didn't he get pulled again yesterday? It could end up being Lane Thomas, and they could end up going Sal Perez here. Vinny not in the 5-hole would actually surprise me. Like, I think it's far less likely for him to get any kind of a benefit there. If he has to go Lofton there, I think that's kind of what you typically have projected. So yeah, I'm on board with this. This is kind of more my speed. But Caglione against Mahle. Yeah, I can't imagine that he plays today. And these are just all fly balls. Oh my God. God, I like Caglione a lot. I have to parse through that. In the interest of time, we're going to make that a lean here. And we'll address this on the research show, which I'll be back on here in a little bit. Sitting at plus 400 at the moment. As of recording this. All right. Detroit, Chicago, and then I must bid you adieu until this afternoon. I'll get on, fire up everything again there. Don't listen to Middleman, Lindy. Follow your heart. Get a triple stamp, a double stamp. Did you already bet him? Did you already bet him? What did you bet him at? Let me know. Let me know how bad I'm going to feel about myself when you say plus 475 or some shit. Yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of hours of shows today. We're going to be putting in that work, Devin. Don't give up. All right, David Peterson. PCA leading off is obviously affecting the other side of the game, but David Peterson against the Tigers. They don't have Jahmai Jones there anymore. He's now in Boston living out his days in exile, I think. I think that's what it is. But the more that I break David Peterson down, the more that I'm kind of on board with what you're saying, Morgan. We're going to get McGonigal. We're going to get Riley Green. What else we get? I doubt we get Carpenter. I doubt we get McKinstry. They are one of the most platoon-heavy teams in baseball. So basically going to be 7 righties that we're looking for David Peterson, with the 2 lefties slammed in there that don't strike out a metric ton. But McGonigal Green, I think that's about all you're going to get here. So these splits become pretty important because 13.7% K rate against righties, just not really generating any swing and miss. Year over year, it is pretty heavily skewed towards lefties for the strikeouts. Very heavily skewed. So with only 2 of them in there, I mean, teams have obviously 965 pitches here. They recognize this. More righties in baseball anyway, but we are definitely cooking with gas with this weather for pitchers. Blowing in. David Peterson. One thing he does especially poorly. Oh shit, I really got to go. David Peterson. Like a 39. Like, pull air has been pretty darn good. A little bit of Oppo Taco, but pulling a baseball against a lefty today going to be especially hard to see it go anywhere. Especially hard to go anywhere. As for Framber looks stupid. Like, more difficult spot. Obviously, the Cubs against Southpaws. 21.1% K rate. Sitting bottom 10 in baseball. 118 WRC plus. Absolute mashing. Massive splits, but PCA leading off. Michael Busch in this lineup for sure. Probably the only 2 you're getting on that side of it too. But PCA is still useful. There are strikeouts available in such ways. So yeah. Anywho, recap as I get out of here for the time being. We got Minnesota money line, lean, Wheeler with the outs. Again, these 3 we can't even really talk about. The weather is so bad. Rasmussen, kind of the main stand here of this show overall. Quarter unit deployed on his 5Ks, plus 105. Over 17.5 outs, plus 105. Bo Bichette to hit a homer, plus 900. I know that's a little bit of an outlier number. Keep your accounts healthy. Move to the right places. But also, I will get you guys some more showing up here in this game for sure. We'll have a lot to talk about on the MLB Research Show coming up in 2 hours. 2 hours from now, I will be joining you then. So if you could, hit that like button for me as we end up hanging out, chilling, lighting strikes every time Peterson moves. Pretty much. We're fucked. Anyway, you guys have a great day. You guys know what to do. Check out all of the goodness we got going over in the Discord, over at Odd Shopper. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. See you in 2 hours. Bye.